Hi, this is Kashpunisa Bagewari. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to talk about Amazon S3 Object Lock. So this is first part from the Amazon S3 Advanced Settings series of the videos. So let's see what is in this video. We will see what is an object lock, why object lock, what are the different ways of object lock. We will see what is the default retention setting, and we will have some hands-on demo. So let's start with the first part. What is object lock? Amazon S3 Object Lock is an Amazon S3 feature that allows you to store objects using a write once, read many model, worm model. You can use it to prevent an object from being deleted or overwritten for a fixed amount of time or indefinitely. Object lock helps you meet regulatory requirements that require worm storage or simply add another layer of protection against object changes and deletion. So if you want to apply some another layer of protection, you can enable object lock, so you can prevent your object from deletion or overwritten. You can only enable object lock for new buckets. If you want to turn on object lock for an existing bucket, you have to contact to AWS support. Object lock works only in version bucket. When you create a bucket with object lock enabled, Amazon S3 automatically enables versioning for the bucket. Once you create a bucket with object lock enabled, you can't disable object lock or suspend versioning of the bucket. After you configure a bucket for object lock, you can lock objects in that bucket using retention periods, legal holds, or both. Why object lock? You can use worm protection for scenarios where it is imperative that data is not changed or deleted after it has been written. Whether your business has a requirement to satisfy compliance regulations in the financial or healthcare sector, you simply want to capture a golden copy of business records for later auditing and reconciliation, S3 Object Lock is the right tool for you. S3 Object Lock has been assessed by Cohasset Associates for use in environments that are subject to SEC 17A4, CTCC and FINRA regulations. There is no additional charge for using this feature, so go on and add some retention dates to your objects in S3. Many companies recognize that information is an essential company assets and prefer immutability and strong controls for their valuable data. S3 Object Lock provides such companies immutable storage and protection for deletion. S3 Object Lock added support for cross-region replication. So for any compliance reason, or you want to to add some security purpose, you can use object lock. So it is a free service, free feature. There is no additional charge, and you can enable it only at that creation of that bucket. So now we will see what are the different ways of object lock. So you can enable this feature. There are mainly two ways for S3 Object Lock. First is the retention period and second is the legal hold. So you can see in this in this image. So in that retention period there is again two ways. So you can choose either governance mode or a compliance mode. So you are having these multiple options. Mainly there are two, and retention period and legal hold. And this retention period all again having two type of modes, governance and compliance mode. So we will see all one by one. Object lock provides two ways to manage object retentions. A retention period specifies a fixed period of time during which an object remains locked. During this period, your object is worm protected and can't be overwritten or deleted. You apply a retention period, either a number of days or a number of years, with the minimum being 1 day and no maximum limit. For this retention period mode, you can simply give some retention time, some time period, so your object get locked for that time. A legal hold provides the same protection as a retention period, but it has no expiration date. Instead, a legal hold remains in place until you explicitly remove it. So for legal hold, there is no any retention time, no period. So it will be unlimited for the time it object get locked for unlimited of time until you explicitly remove that lock. An object version can have either a combination or both a retention period and a legal hold. For example, you may have an object with a 1-year retention date plus a legal hold. So for one single object, you can apply both type of modes, retention plus legal. So either one, or you can use both type of object ways, object locking. Okay, when setting a retention period for your objects or buckets, you can choose the retention mode, either the governance mode or the compliance mode for your object. So we already see when if you choose retention period, so if you select this mode, then you have to choose either this governance mode or compliance mode. So now we will see one by one in detail. So first is retention mode. S3 object lock provides two retention modes. First is governance mode. In governance mode, users can't overwrite or delete an object version or alter its lock settings unless they have special permissions. With governance mode, you protect object against being deleted by most users, but you can still grant some users permission to alter the retention settings or delete the object if necessary. You can also use governance mode to test retention period setting before creating a compliance mode retention period. To override or remove governance mode retention setting, a user must have S3: bypass governance retention permission and must explicitly include XAMG bypass governance retention true as a request header with any request that requires overriding governance mode. So this is governance mode you can apply for your object lock. So you can give some retention period, and you can give some user for the permission to change that settings, and if necessary you can give permission to delete that object also. So this may be mainly used to testing purpose before applying the compliance mode. So second is compliance mode. In compliance mode, a protected object version can't be overwritten or deleted by any user, including the root user in your AWS account. When an object is locked in compliance mode, its retention mode can't be changed and its retention period can't be shortened. Compliance mode ensures that an object version can't be overwritten or deleted for the during of that retention period. So in compliance mode, you cannot change the setting once you apply that retention period in compliance mode. So in governance mode, we already see if some user having permission, they can setting, but in compliance mode, once you set your retention period, you cannot change it. You should use the compliance mode if you have a requirement to store compliant data. You should only use the compliance mode if you never want any user, including the root user in your AWS account, to be able to delete the object during a predefined retention period. So there is note: the only way to delete an object under the compliance mode before its retention date expires is to delete the associate AWS account. So there is no way to delete the object before retention period in the compliance mode. So you have to be very comfortable with that setting, with that retention period, because you can't change its settings once you have enabled in compliance mode. So now second is a legal hold. Like a retention period, a legal hold prevents an object version from being overwritten or deleted. However, a legal hold doesn't have an associated retention period and remains in effect until removed. Legal holds can be freely placed and removed by any user who has the S3 put object legal hold permission. So there is no period, no any retention period. So legal hold you can apply until you change the permission, change the setting, or you remove that, you disable your legal hold setting. So this is with the no retention, no any specific time. So any user can be add or change the setting who having the S3 put object legal hold permission. Legal holds are independent from retention periods. Placing a legal hold on an object version doesn't affect the retention mode or a retention mode period for that object version. So both kind of object lock are independent. For example, suppose you place a legal hold on an object version while the object version is also protected by a retention period. If the retention period expires, the object doesn't lose its worm protection. Rather, the legal hold continues to protect the object until an authorized user explicitly removes it. Similarly, if you remove a legal hold while an object version has a retention period in effect, the object version remains protected until the retention period expires. So this is both are if you apply both mode on a single object, both will work independently. So it is working very well. So if it is in retention period, user can user can apply or remove that legal hold. If your legal hold is removed but still your retention period is in effect, so it will, your object is will be remain protected until that retention period. So now we will move to the next part. What is the default retention setting? So when you turn on object lock for a bucket, the bucket can store protected objects. However, the setting doesn't automatically protect objects that you put into the bucket. If you want to automatically protect object versions that are placed in the bucket, you can configure a default retention period. Default settings apply to all new objects that are placed in the bucket unless you explicitly specify a different retention mode and period for an object when you create it. Okay, now if suppose you want to apply some retention setting to all your object in your bucket, so this is that this will be useful in that case. So you can apply default retention setting. So whenever you upload a new object, then this default retention setting will be applied for the all new objects. So independently, if you want to some separate retention period or some other different setting, you can specify for a specific object also. Bucket default settings require both a mode and a period. A default mode is either governance or compliance. So while you choosing the default retention setting, so it will require both mode. So which mode you want to select, either retention period or legal hold. And you have to, if you select that retention period, you have to choose that period, the amount of time, and that either it is governance or a compliance. A default retention period is described not as a timestamp but as a period either in days or in a year. So you can select in days or in a year. Default settings apply only to new objects that are placed in the bucket. Placing a default retention setting on a bucket doesn't place any retention settings on a bucket that already exists in the bucket. So if you apply that default setting, it will be applied for the new objects. So now we will have a hands-on demo for the object lock. So I logged into my AWS account, and now I am on my S3 management console. So now let's see. Now I am having this bucket. So if in properties, I am going to see the object lock. So this already bucket exists. At that time of creation, I didn't enable object lock. So it is telling me object lock can be enabled only when a bucket is created. So we already see in our PPT. So you cannot enable object lock for the existing bucket. So if you want to enable, you have to create new bucket, or you can contact to AWS support. Okay, so now I think I will create one new bucket. So I want to keep all the setting default. Just we want to change, we want to enable our object lock. So okay, bucket name is not available. Let's try. Oh, this is also not available. Okay, for versioning, okay, we don't want. In advanced setting, here is the object lock. So here you can click on this check mark. So permanently allow object in this bucket to be locked. Object lock require bucket versioning to be enabled. So we need to enable bucket versioning. So here now, after enabling bucket versioning, you can enable object lock. So this action permanently enable object lock. Enable object lock only if you need to prevent object from being deleted to help ensure data integrity and regulatory compliance. After you enable object lock, anyone with that appropriate permission can put immutable object in the bucket. You might be blocked from deleting the object and the bucket. Okay, so I'm creating next. I don't want to do any other setting. So now let's create the bucket. Okay, so now my bucket is created. Now let's see in this properties. Now you can see here in advanced setting object lock. Now it is enabled, permanently enabled. So once you enable, you cannot disable or you cannot suspend. It will be enabled permanently. So here in object lock, now we already see, so we can choose, we are having two modes. One is governance mode and compliance mode. So for enabling, this is the for default setting. So if you want to enable, set some fixed amount of period, so you can choose enable governance mode. So for suppose here you can take any number of days and you can click on the save button. So it will be apply. This is the default setting. This will apply for the all objects. When you upload a new object, this setting will be applied for the all your objects. If you want for any object specific different retention period, you can go to that object setting and you can specifically uh, add that setting for that particular object. So this is the here we already see. Now you can choose from these two modes, and this way you can apply your changes. So that's it for this video. I think I hope you understand very well. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.